Counselors and other school personnel often have the opportunity to discuss risk behaviors with students, like drinking alcohol. They have a unique role as both representatives of the school and professionals whose job it is to advocate for the students. The counselor's approach and tone throughout such conversations are likely to influence the degree with which students trust them. Watch what happens when this counselor uses a judgmental stance and lectures the student about school policies and the dangers of drinking.
Hi Laura, so thanks for coming in. I'm not sure how much you know about why you're here or what we're supposed to talk about. So basically I'm going to be meeting with all the students in the school, usually once or twice per semester. And we're going to talk about, whatever's kind of going on in your life. I'll ask you some questions about, your goals and what you like to do for fun and those sorts of things. And then we'll talk a little bit about, different behaviors and stuff like that. And so it's pretty casual, pretty informal, just sort of a chance for me to get to know you, if that's all right. Okay. Why don't we start by just having you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Laura, and I'm 17, and I'm a senior in high school.
Okay. And what do you like to do for fun?
Mostly just hang out with my friends and stuff on the weekends, things like that.
Mm-hmm. And when you and your friends are hanging out, what do? You go to football games, go to parties?
Yeah, if it's school related, maybe like a game or two, or go to the mall, like to shop, or go to the movies or something, and that night maybe like a party or something if someone's throwing.
Okay, and what kinds of hobbies do you have?
I like to read, and I like to go outside and like take walks and like hike and stuff. I'm very outdoorsy, so.
Oh, cool. What are your plans for after high school?
Well, I plan to apply to college and maybe, have a good career and something like that, hopefully.
That's great. What do you think you'll study?
Well, I'm looking into journalism, maybe pre-law.
Oh, neat.
Which is a little different, but.
Yeah, that's great. That's a really good goal.
Yeah, thanks.
It's hard work to get into law school. Are you doing well in school? What kind of grades do you get?
I'm doing okay. I'm getting mostly A's and B's, so I'm pretty good. I'm okay.
Okay. What classes are you not getting A's and B's in?
I think all my grades are A's and B's,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah.
Okay. And do you know where you're going to apply to college?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm looking into schools like in the area, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll leave home or something.
Okay, cool. And what made you decide maybe law school or journalism?
Well, I'm definitely not a math or science person, so I started off by there, and then I started looking at careers that maybe I would like, so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have, like I said, really good goals, and you're working hard in school. You said that when you're going out with your friends, you like to hang out and shop and stuff like that, and also go to parties. So do you drink alcohol?
Not really. Maybe 1 or 2 drinks at a party at the most.
Okay. And how often do you think you drink?
Maybe like once or twice a month at the most.
Mm-hmm. So like once or twice a month you're having alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's maybe like 20 times a year?
Possibly, yeah.
So that's actually kind of a lot of drinking then.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
Okay. What do you think's the most you've ever had?
Just 2 drinks at a party at the most. I don't like to drink a lot. Getting drunk is not something that appeals to me, so I just have like a drink in my hand so my friends won't bug me about not drinking. It's just like to look like I'm actually doing something. A lot of the time I don't even drink at all, so.
But you've been drunk before?
No, not really. Maybe tipsy, but not like drunk.
Okay. So the most you've ever had is 2 drinks in a day? Okay, interesting. So do you know all the bad stuff about alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that, is really important to talk to teenagers about is drinking and driving. So, that's actually a really big problem. And even around here, we have kids die every year from getting in a drunk driving accident. So that's something that you really need to make sure you're not doing. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gotten in the car?
No, I've never drunk driven, and I've never gotten in a car with a drunk driver.
Okay. How much do your friends drink?
I mean, I have some friends that drink some more than others. Like my close group of friends don't really drink as much because I'm not really interested in that. But I know that there are people that drink a lot more.
What about at these parties you're going to? Are there other kids there who are drinking a lot?
Yeah, there are kids that drink a lot more than I do, definitely, yeah.
And do you hang out with them?
Not really closely, like I know who they are and I'll say hi, but they're not really like close friends of mine.
Mm-hmm. So, even just hanging out around kids who are drinking a lot actually puts you at a lot more risk. Did you know that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so a lot of the other dangers of drinking, like not just car accidents, but you can have other accidents. People, will fall or, break things, or a lot of people actually end up breaking their bones and ending up in the emergency room because they've been drunk and fallen down. Or, as a girl, it's really important too that you're careful because you could be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been drinking, then you're at a lot more risk because a guy can take advantage of you. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I have. That's one of the main reasons I don't like to drink that much.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then, people get in fights more often when they've been drinking too. Also, there have been a lot of kids, even at this school, who've gotten in trouble because they were drinking and someone took pictures with their cell phone and put it up on Facebook, and then their parents find out or the school finds out. And, we have a no tolerance policy here about drugs and alcohol, and really can get you into trouble, and it could put your whole college career in jeopardy. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But you're still drinking.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the thing to do at a party, so.
So, do you think it's the thing to do if you want to be an attorney?
Definitely not. That's why I don't try to drink that much. Just make it look like I am, kind of.
Okay. So, I guess what we need to do then is kind of talk about some goals for how to be safer.
Okay.
Obviously, you shouldn't be drinking at all. What do you think about that?
I definitely agree. I know that there are some other risks involved in alcohol other than the ones you mentioned, like health-wise and things like that. So I agree that alcohol may not be the best thing.
So do you think you can quit?
Yeah, it's not like a really big part of my life, so.
Okay. So I'm going to write down then that you've decided to quit.
Okay.
And that's going to be your goal. And that's great. That's really why we're here, is to talk about that and make sure that you come to that decision. So I guess, can you quit this weekend then?
Yeah, definitely. I'll just not have a drink.
Okay. And then what about your friends who are still drinking?
I really can't control what they do, but I'll definitely try to get my closest friends to maybe stop like I will.
Okay. And what if they won't?
Well, then I guess I'll just try to hang around them less or something, or try to find things for us to do that don't involve alcohol, like a party or anything.
Yeah. Probably if your friends won't quit drinking, you should just find new friends.
Okay.
Because, the problem is if they're drinking, then they're going to pressure you into drinking, and then you're going to feel awkward, and, you're going to be stuck and not know what to do, and really just be better off probably without them. If they're the kind of people who are going to keep drinking, they're probably not a good influence.
Okay, yeah.
And then you'll be better set for college too, because, the issue is you're getting good grades now, but when you get to college, it's a lot harder. And, if you're needing really good grades to get into law school, which you will need, then you really can't be distracted by alcohol.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's great because it pretty much covers all the stuff that I think I needed to go over with you. Let's see. I guess we didn't talk about what would happen if your parents found out you were drinking.
They would be pretty upset. Yeah. They don't really condone alcohol use, so.
Okay. So, yeah, just another reason why you probably need to just quit then. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to write down here that you've decided to quit, and I'm going to be meeting with you again probably next semester sometime, so we can kind of check in and make sure that, that's still going well and you're still not drinking and not hanging out with any people who are drinking. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about while you're here?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Any questions or anything like that?
No, I have no questions.
Okay. You're sure? Okay. All right. Well, that's probably it then. You can head back to class, and thanks for coming in.
Okay, thanks.
Beginning the conversation with a long series of closed-ended questions interfered with relationship building and made Laura feel as though she was in the hot seat. The counselor's judgmental facial expressions and tone of her questions made the student more uncomfortable, leading her to minimize her responses in an attempt to avoid further scolding. In general, the interaction does not feel personalized. Rather, the counselor seemed more interested in checking off boxes on her forms than connecting with the student. She did not appear to be listening to what Laura was really saying. Throughout the conversation, the counselor resorted to lecturing and warning the student. However, these strategies tend to be ineffective with teens. Laura appeared to feel pressured to comply with the counselor's recommendations and eventually started agreeing with everything the counselor said in hope that she could bring the conversation to a close. Despite the verbalized agreements, the student's facial expressions and body language demonstrate that she wants nothing more to do with the counselor and is hoping to get away as quickly as she can. There is very little chance that this student will attempt to make a change to her drinking after this interaction.